Hi everybody. We are at Fifth Layer Skincare. Did I say that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business and what do we do here?
Sure. My name is Tina Murray. I have been in business here in downtown Hartford for about 8 years now. And we are a spa that specializes in skincare, primarily organic skincare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. When you say spa, to me, in my brain, it comes out like, okay, relaxing. I'm just gonna get some massage and cup of tea in a bougie world.
Yes.
But what does spa look like here at your place?
So I have a few girls that work with me that are also licensed estheticians.
Okay.
And we focus on various skincare treatments, custom facials, and different modalities. There's microdermabrasion, and we do a lot of dermaplaning. So it's a lot of exfoliation, peels, masking. They're formulated to suit your skincare goals and needs and that kind of thing. The spa was really built to be a very down-to-earth environment and atmosphere.
Okay.
So that nobody feels like when they walk by, I don't want someone to look in the windows and think that looks really nice, but it's not for me. I want everybody to feel welcomed in the environment. You know, that was important to me, being right here in the middle of downtown Hartford. So I feel like we've accomplished that. We have a very
definitely have.
Yeah, a loyal clientele base. We all really enjoy what we do here, and we offer a very strategic and performing treatment that is as luxurious as it is enhancing for your skin.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your skin right now. It's super glowing. What do you do like on daily basis? Like how you look amazing, by the way. Yeah.
Thank you. So you can be as comprehensive or not as you desire. Personally, I have a pretty well-rounded routine.
Okay.
I make sure that I am trying all of the new, latest, leading-edge products. We work with Eminence Organic Skincare. They are well-renowned out of Hungary.
Okay.
And they are 100% organic with 95% active ingredients. So at this stage of my game in skincare, I'm working and focusing on a lot of collagen enhancing, elastin building. I do a pretty thorough exfoliation routine each week.
Wow.
But always fortifying, giving back, satiating, nurturing the skin as well. So, you don't want to overdo it. There can be a thing as too much too. So there's some balance in it. But I'm definitely morning and night routine that is mine is comprehensive. But again, I think you can play with that as much as you want.
For sure. Got it. What made you start this skincare business?
For me personally, it was really just a period in life that I had gone through a divorce, and I found myself needing to figure out how I was going to, take care of myself.
Yeah.
All by myself independently. And I had remembered, years earlier that I'd thought of aesthetics, and the situation I was in at that time wasn't going to lend to the education, the money it costs for the schooling, and the commitment, the time commitment, and just revisited that idea again. And I was in my late 40s, and I just thought, yeah, I'm gonna check that out. And then when I went and toured some schools, it was a simultaneous decision that I was going to open a skincare spa in Hartford. And
here you are. Oh my God. It's never too late to start anything. That's what I would definitely say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I mean, women in this town were leaving the area for the same treatments. I mean, we're no different than anyone else.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Wow, I am so happy for you, and I'm so proud of you. Yeah,
Thank you.
You have achieved a lot.
Thank you.
Why Hartford? Do you have roots here or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
from
it.
here, basically.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
we lived outside of town, a little rural area, but I went to high school in Hartford, marched in parades right on the
Aw.
street. So
Yeah.
I knew, your first clients are really your family and friends, so I knew I couldn't go wrong with that.
For
So,
sure. No,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
What were your struggles of starting this business apart from going to, school and then getting the license? Then what was next?
Yeah. So I would say there is a huge learning curve in small business because I learned how to do aesthetics really well. And
Okay.
I still to this day love what I do. And if I could be in that treatment room all day long, I would prefer to do that. But there is a business to run.
Yes.
So I would say the biggest struggles for me was I learned aesthetics, but I didn't learn the business side of it. So in those early years, there's a lot of failures, there's a lot of like throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks, so to
Yeah.
speak. And just as you learn, you have to make sure that you are taking the good, leaving the bad, moving on to the next step, and learning to sit in a little bit of an uncomfortable feeling and knowing that that's okay. This is growth and this is evolving and it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because it did turn out okay. But you never stop learning. So I've just gotten better at managing those feelings of that uncomfortable place sometimes and going, okay, I know that I am in a learning period and
Yeah.
that's okay. Growth is here and coming and tomorrow's gonna be better. So I've overall learned there's nothing I can't learn,
Right. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. This is just a amazing way of thinking that when you have a fear or a struggle, okay, let me take a second. This is something where I'm going to grow now. So it's a
100%.
good thing that's happening.
100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing. What were you doing before skincare?
Well, I was married, and so we were in business together, and we had mini storage complexes, and that's primarily what we did. So I managed those facilities. He had a roofing, siding contractor business, and
Got it.
Yeah, so just self-employed.
Okay.
As well at that time, and thank God I had that experience as well, because I mean there are certain things that I learned from that time frame that sure helped me moving forward.
Of course.
Yeah.
When did you know that business was something you want to go in? Or, I know your ex-husband had the business part outside, but like for somebody, 9 to 5 is their whole life versus running a business. What's
it's
different for you? Yeah.
It's different.
Um,
So I don't know. I guess for some reason, when I went to aesthetic school, I innately knew I was going to open a business. I was looking at this before I was out of school, like this space.
Yes.
I knew in my heart that was something I wanted to bring to Hartford because we really didn't have a dominant skincare facility. So where it came from, I don't know. It's just like you either have the Hartford or you don't, I guess, So.
No, completely makes sense. What were your biggest fears when starting out?
I had no real concept of what I was going to need on a daily basis to make it to pay the bills, right? I didn't know exactly what those numbers were going to be because I didn't have a business degree. I had an aesthetic degree. So that was a concern, but I mean, my very first night opening, I opened on our Midnight Madness, which is really popular here in town. If you haven't been, you need to do it.
Okay.
Oh, you need to do it. It's every second Friday in December in the evening.
Okay.
It's a big night. So I opened up that night, and this town really just came out in droves. They were supportive from day one, and I really just got them in here. I gave a good service. I kept improving my service. I kept improving my education. I still improve education. We continue it every 3 months. And I think if you are providing a quality service matched with a caring customer service, attitude, I think that
That's
your
it.
people will be loyal.
Yeah, and that's for all businesses.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah, that's.
Yep.
How do you keep things fresh and exciting for your clients?
So every treatment here, there is no like cookie cutter treatment.
Yep.
Every single one we do, every time we're doing it, they're customized for your skin that day, because everybody is changing. The environment is changing. You know, if you've been here now, coming here 8 years, what we were doing 8 years ago is not going to be the same as what we're going to do
Now.
this week,
Yeah.
right? Because, you know, not to mention, you know, you're going through the different seasons. We've got some harsh winters here. Your skin is different in the winter. We've got
Versus-
summer, when
yeah.
summer can be really hot. So I think that we are moving with the skin as we know you, as you're aging, as life is happening through pregnancies, through menopause, through all of those different, you know,
Yeah.
those different periods in your life. And so that in itself is enjoyable. But we also are really close to our clients, you know?
Yeah.
After seeing people every 6 weeks over a period of time, there's a relationship there too.
Definitely.
So our treatments really are also a time to laugh about what's new and catch up in life and, you know, find
Yeah.
out where you're going next. And so
I love that.
yeah, I mean, it's a big part of it, and that just happens very naturally. That isn't something we, you know, on purpose do, but it just is. It's, you know, we're human beings,
Yeah.
and it's an intimate service, so there's a give and take there, and I love that exchange of energy.
For sure, that's amazing. When you hear those stories from your clients when they're here, do you ever like take that home in a good or bad way?
I can't say that I do. I can't say that I do. I just, every service, I'm walking into it with a fresh attitude and a fresh start. And I truly look forward to seeing all of these people. It makes this career so enjoyable. I don't take it home. I just try to be a bright, shiny light to each person that comes into my space and that shares part of my day with me every day.
That's amazing. What service or product your client loved the most?
Well, our facials, our custom facials are hands down the most popular. Again, they're just a beautiful, luxurious treatment, but also very performing.
Yeah.
And products, well, that's easy. We carry Eminence Organic Skincare once again, and so that's
That's
speaks,
huge.
Yeah, it speaks for itself. I mean,
Makes
it
sense.
flies out of here. They love it, and you know, there's something for everyone within this line. It's so vast, and you know, there's just so many different anti-aging, acne, rosacea, pigmentation. I mean, and if you don't love this particular product that is going to help with your collagen and elastin, there's going to be another product within the line that's going to lend to help that. It doesn't, you know,
Yeah.
there's so much to it that, yeah, we can find something for everybody. I'm pretty confident of that.
For sure. No, that's amazing. How did you come up with the name Fifth Layer?
So in the beginning, when I first opened, it was called Basal Layer and Company Skincare by Tina, and basically that is the fifth layer of the epidermis. The basal layer is the fifth layer of the epidermis.
Oh,
and
okay.
So, yep. So when I first opened, I didn't necessarily know that I was going to get as busy as I did right out of the gate. So I had to hire early on. And over the years, you know, I've had some people have come and gone, but I have a couple girls that have stayed. And
Since the beginning?
Since probably like, well, I mean, one girl's been here at least 5 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
So the other one is right behind her. I chose that name. I wanted a more scientific approach because I really felt in the beginning that I was going to do more medical spa. I thought there would be a day we would get a medical director, we would be doing lasers and all of that. Well, along that journey, I fell in love with Eminence Organics, and we've stuck with it. We have actually gone totally the opposite route and followed down a more organic, holistic approach. And so changing the name a year ago was somewhat because I wanted to remove Skincare by Tina. That was the tagline underneath Basil & Company. I wanted to validate the employees that work for me, because when your name is on the top of the building, people think that they need to come to you specifically for services, and some of these girls are far better than their knowledge is far better than mine. It's fresher, it's newer, you know, they're on that leading edge more so that I think than I am. Their service is as just as good, you know, if not better. So I think it was a way for me to validate them, you know, so that we have people not just targeting me in every phone
time,
call and every booking. And you know, I'm 54, and so I think it was a wise thing to remove my name from the top of the building for, you know, someday if I ever decide to step away.
Yeah, no.
And fifth layer means the same as basal layer, so I stayed close to the roots.
Got it.
It's the fifth layer of the epidermis.
Okay.
So is the basal layer.
Wow. Yes. Okay, it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
I know you have already mentioned that the community has supported you so much, but apart from them walking to you, how else do you get your clients? How else do you get new business?
Well, obviously, like any other small business nowadays, a big part of it is social media, as you
Yes,
probably know, right?
That's where we connected.
Yeah. So obviously, I mean, you really have to, whether you want to or not, you've got to dive into that social media, you know, realm. You have to. That's where the people are. You have to meet them where they are. But aside from that, for us, I think one of the biggest marketing strategies that we have is word of mouth. It is doing one service after the next and doing it well and continuing to do that and keeping the standard high so that that person leaves and gives us a good review or goes and tells their mom or their friend or their sister. So that's really, I think, where we get the most of our business is word of mouth.
Understood. That's amazing. What does a day in your life look like?
A lot of different hats.
That might be cute. Yeah.
I mean, I literally come down here and you handle like your first, you know, bulk of the business, writing bills, answering calls, seeing, you know, what other things that's been thrown your way via email or, you know, calling the accountant or going to the bank, or, you know, handle that as much as it can before your first client comes. After that, it's, you know, clients all day
appointments,
long.
Yeah.
There's a few breaks in between, walking the dog and stuff like that. But otherwise, you know, get right back to it. I mean, it's a, you know, we are usually open by 10 o'clock. And then, I mean, depending on who's working on any given day, because the girls do create their own schedules here, we could be open till 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It just depends on any given day what our calendar looks like.
That's amazing that they have that flexibility. Yeah, that's amazing. How do you handle the busy days when everything feels chaotic?
Oof. I have a lot of them. I would say we run around a lot here, and I don't know. I feel like I manage my stress pretty good. I make sure every morning before I even come down to work, I make sure that I am grounded and that whatever hits me isn't going to rock my boat too much. I just seem to roll with it. I'm pretty easygoing. I tackle most things head on, get through it, move on to the next thing. I think I was built for it.
Yeah, you sound like it in a good way. Do you ever take time for yourself, or is it all work?
Oh, I definitely do. I have a home up in Tomahawk, Wisconsin that I bought a few years back. I love the outdoors. I love the woods. I hunt.
Hunt. Okay, I'm imagining you in the hunting clothes and everything.
Yeah, I love the outdoors life. So it's a real pretty place on a river. So I try to get up there about once a month. But I also, like, I shoot trap during the week, and I make sure I go spend time with my friends, you know, on those nights. My weekends are really busy. I have, you know, 3 children and 6 grandkids. So
Wow.
trying to run and, you know, make time for all of them. And I have a daughter that lives in Montana, so I do try to get out by her once or twice a year, and vice versa. So I absolutely do.
That's amazing. What's something people don't know about you?
I think that there's not a lot that people don't know about me because I'm a pretty open book, but I am addicted to Fae audiobooks. I love fantasy. I love listening to them, and I love the escape. So that's my little secret, that I, you know, listen to them driving. I listen to them while I'm getting ready in the morning. I listen to them when I'm going for a run. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a treat.
Yeah, that's amazing. I know you mentioned that this place was already available when you started your business, like it was up for rent, I'm assuming? Or did you buy it at that point? Okay, sorry, my bad. Was there any other places that were like available, or this was the only place and you just knew it, that, okay, this is the best place and I know this? Yeah,
so this space was empty for, I want to say, close to 5 years. And at the time that I started school, I had already asked to come tour it. I came and I looked at it, got to know the owners really well. Really had my heart set on this spot just because of the layout. It just seemed like it was
so open and nice.
I thought it was going to work perfectly. So as it got closer to the end of where I was going to be done with school, you know, I contacted them again. I think I contacted them probably 2-3 times and came in and looked at it. And then, you know, miraculously it just worked out where it did come up for sale, because at that time that I was looking at it, I was going to rent, but then it came up for sale and I was like,
that's perfect.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to do this too. So
yeah, that's amazing. If you don't mind me asking, me being a realtor, how much did you buy this place for? Like 8 years ago?
Yeah, I got it for $116,500.
Wow, that's a steal.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, like look at the arches and like it being so open.
I know.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah. Good for you. I know you mentioned you have your own skincare routine, but if you could tell our audience, maybe not super detailed, but briefly, like, okay, I apply, you know, XYZ first, and then I apply like certain cream, you know, just so that we can learn from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a basic but well-rounded skincare routine would be cleansing first. And then if you know, wearing makeup, we really do recommend a double cleanse.
Okay.
And then you follow up with a tonique to balance your pH and get your skin ready to receive the products properly. Then you can combine or do solo serums. I myself have a few that I do combine and mix together. Then you follow up with your moisturizer, and if it's daytime, you definitely want to add a moisturizer with an SPF on top of that. I mean, and that's pretty basic. I mean, in between there, so, you know, I mean, once or twice a week, I'm doing an enzyme or a peel at home, and then several nights a week, I'm doing various masks. You know, there's all different kinds of masks. You know, one's for anti-aging, or one's for hydration, and one's for pigmentation. So whatever it is that is targeted for you. If you have acne, we have ones for acne, you know. So on and so forth. But
no, that's really helpful. Thank you. Yes. Is there anything in your industry that you wish people knew the truth about?
Yeah, that you do not have to do excessive injury to the skin to get results. Many people think that you need to literally peel off your face to have good results, and you just don't need to have injury that bad. All it really takes is consistency and quality.
Got it.
Yeah, you just don't have to harm your skin that badly to see improvements.
Makes sense, yeah. Have you gotten so many clients who you see that they're injuring themselves? Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, there are many places you can go where you can get deep phenol peels and, you know, break down the skin to, you know, to really the basement. And you just simply don't have to do that.
Right.
The science in today's products has improved and is getting better and better and better very consistently. And so therefore you can trust that the products have been formulated in a chirally correct manner, that it's going to penetrate deep enough down to that fibroblast layer of the epidermis where new skin is formulated to receive the changes on the surface of the skin.
Got it.
Yeah.
Have you ever turned down a client or say no to something?
I don't think so. The only time that we would be if they have something that definitely needs to be treated by a dermatologist. We only can stay in our scope of practice, which is the epidermis. So if it's something that's well out of our scope
Range,
then,
okay.
yeah, then we definitely would send them elsewhere.
Makes sense. What's the one thing you'd change about the beauty industry if you could?
I don't know that we have a choice to really change anything, but I think it's important for people to understand that just because you're seeing skincare trends on TikTok and this one particular woman looks great and she's featuring, you know, a charcoal this or that, or, you know, whatever it is, and this does wonders for your skin, that doesn't mean because it's working for her, it's going to work for you,
right?
And you. That is not how our bodies work. That is not how our skin works. We need to treat ourselves how our skin is right now and today, and not what works for someone else, nor what we're trying to prevent all the time, or what we're scared of what might happen from the past. You know, you've got to look in the mirror and go, how do I really look today?
Yeah.
What is really going to be the best for me today? Because that can change, you know, from season to season.
For sure.
From, you know, from your different ages of life and stages, you know, like I said before, pregnancy, menopause, the cause is all different. If you are on a certain type of cleanse or diet, or, you know, there's
For
so
sure.
many things, because the skin is a really intelligent organ, and you have to treat it as such.
Got
you know?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's deep. Where do you see your business in the next 5 years?
Well, definitely we need to bring on another esthetician.
Okay.
I would say within the next few months, because I personally myself am still taking, if not one new client a day, up to 3.
Wow.
Yeah, which is a lot.
It is, but
yeah.
that's amazing for your business.
Yeah, yeah. So we are still growing. We are still, I would say, on that ground floor, you know, and growing as a small business. So I want to say that we're just going to get settled in with one more new esthetician on board eventually here. And then we really have the desire to branch out a little bit and start doing some workshops for clients and other professionals in the area. We have some things that each of us are really passionate about, and we just would like to step into
Showcase.
that.
Yeah.
Share the knowledge that that we have, and things that we've learned, and, you know, it'd be a good opportunity for us to also, you know, share what's new and up and coming within our skincare line, and also, you know, if there's anything we're going to add to our services. So that's something that's a desire that we want to set up relatively soon.
Got it. Would you ever create your own skincare line?
I mean, I think when I was a younger esthetician, I thought that sounded like a pretty good idea, but once I got so vested
Yeah.
in eminence. I mean, they have really done
The
the
best.
work
Yeah.
that you need to do, that's tried, true, tested. All my clients really love it. It's part of why they come here too.
Wow.
So I would say that I, at this point, would not bother trying to reinvent the wheel.
Understood. What's the big dream here? What's your
The big
the
dream.
end goal?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, I love enjoying still like coming to work every day. So I feel like I've captured what was the most important aspect of how I wanted this stage of my life to look.
Yeah.
So I think to continue to be happy, enjoying, loving my people and what I do every day, as well as making sure that the girls that work for me are happy and enjoying what they do
huge.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that the connection is still there with all of us, because we all like what we do so much. It's like our playground every day. It's really not like there's no chore about it. We enjoy each other's company, and
That's the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so if I can carry that out till I decide I can't stand all day long on my legs or
Aw.
whatever that is. I mean, eventually there'll be a day they'll probably say we can't have her doing facials anymore, you know, like we gotta get the old lady out of here. I mean, that may happen, but I mean, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I enjoy it too much. I enjoy, every single day yet. And so the big goal is, I don't know, just keep on.
Yeah,
I like my life right now very much.
understood. Yeah. No, that's the answer. Yeah. What's the one product you can't live without?
For me, it's easy. It's the Marine Flower Peptide Serum.
Okay. What is it called again?
It's called Marine Flower Peptide Serum.
Okay.
And it is a wonderful serum that has a smart collagen complex in it. So it's a double collagen enhancer. So for anybody that's at the stage of the game in their skincare where they need to really be boosting collagen, elastin, growth, and health, that's
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. If you weren't doing skincare, what would you be doing?
Wow, I don't know. I will tell you this. When I was married and wandering around this big old beautiful Cream City brick house that we lived in, where life looked really perfect on the outside, every day I would ask myself, like, what should I be doing with my life? What is it that I should be doing?
What's your purpose?
I feel like there's more. I feel like there's something more calling me. And I never could figure that out in all them years. And now here, I don't ask myself that anymore. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing. What advice would you give to a young entrepreneur? If you had to give one advice.
Well, there are no failures. Those are lessons. So don't beat yourself up over money spent that wasn't, smart, or what didn't seem smart at the time. Just take it all as a lesson. Kind of make peace with feeling uncomfortable, because that's just growth. And try to take really good care of your vessel so that you can carry on and fill other people's cup up. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you have zero to give back.
Right.
And so it's really important. You need to be sharp and you need to be on your game. And the only way to do that is take care of yourself.
Got it. Thank you. Well, that was the end of it. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, sounds good. Thank
All right.
you.
Absolutely. My pleasure. My pleasure.